And how's it going, guys and girls? It's Uncle Michael of my channel, and yet again be welcome to the second episode of Doki Doki Literature Club, the good ending. Yes, I'm trying to do 2 episodes per day. At least I'll try. So, let's start already. On the last episode, what we made was basically mess a bit with Monica on the presentation of the stuff, since she messed with us in all the fan games we've played. And also, we got to hang out with Sayuri and see a little more about her. And we now can see Monica's perspective after each day, I guess. That's good. So, let's get started. We met Sayuri's house at the usual time. Sayuri, however, is nowhere to be seen. She sure is taking a long time today. We're already late to school at this point. I considered knocking on the door, but then I realized I have no reason to get to class on time. Oh no, you've been waiting for me this whole time, haven't you? I'm so sorry, I've made us both late. Don't worry about it, I don't mind. I could have gone in to get you if I wanted, but it's not a big deal. No, I can't have you getting in trouble because of me. Come on. We have to worry. We have to hurry. God damn it. Sayuri takes my arm and starts to speed walking while dragging me along. I can't help but laugh. Her will is so admirable, than more than a little cute. Don't laugh, this is serious. I'm not going to let you slack off just because you're too polite to come in and yell at me. Oh no, what if they give you attention and you can't even come to the club? Please hurry up. Okay. We off run to school. I laugh to myself as Sayuri pulls me along. Looks like it was fun. In the second period, Bells pulls me from my trance. I set down my pen and crumpled up the doodle I would be working on. Am I really just going to sit around all day? Why? I don't have classes anymore. I'm suddenly curious. What is school really like? It is a full-sized building, I remember. Maybe it's just a series of duplicating classrooms. Shouldn't I find out? Everything is quiet with no students or staff to traverse the halls. I wonder if I meet any of the others out here, making their way to their next classes. It seems unlikely. This is pretty big campus, isn't it? I stepped outside into a space between the student buildings. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining and fluffy clouds are drifting by overhead. It all looks so real. I can't see it, but okay. And yet, even if I stand under the bright sunlight, I feel no warmth. Okay, the next building is similar to the first. Oh, okay, this is new. I haven't been here since last year, but it looks just how I remember. In fact, it looks exactly the same. Even if it's deserted, this building appears to be real and fully functional school. Even the lights are turned on. It's a little eerie, but do they turn off on their own at night? I reach a larger hallway that I recognize as the front entrance of the school. It's been a while since I've been in this part of the layout. I pass the school library and stop. I've never had much of a reason to use the library, but a nagging feeling in my gut tells me to go inside. I shrug to myself and pull open the heavy double doors. Oh wow, this is a little too big for a school, isn't it? The hair here is still and thick. I always thought our library was unusually large for a high school. No way. You're kidding, right? It would feel more at home in the mansion of an ancient and prosperous family. Mahogany bookshelves fill the space, while glass chandeliers bathe the room in soft light. Such a breathtaking sight. Although the emptiness is a little spooky, what does an ordinary school library need with so many floors? I look around the corner of a shelf and stop. We notice each other in the same moment. Oh, looky. I didn't expect to see you here. Hi, Yuri. Didn't take you for someone to skip class. Skip class? Yuri closes the book she was reading. A left hand nervously taps on the table she's sitting at. I don't usually. I mean, it's okay. I'm here too, aren't I? Honestly, I was there reading before school and I kind of lost track of time. The school bells don't read here too well and her explanation trails off. I don't think it matters. What are you reading? Yuri looks at the book as if she's seeing it for the first time. Oh, she turns it over so I can see the cover. It's called Portrait of Markov. I've just been rereading bits of it. Cut it, burn it, throw gas on it and burn it. And throw a lighter, throw 2, throw 3 to help. Throw that into a volcano. Do it! I've got hatred for that book since the last fun game. We got all fucked up because of that, and we got to see Dio Brando with a purple wig. With a pink wig in this case. God dang it. I've just been rereading bits of it. I see, looks like an interesting book. And it must be good if you're reading it instead of attending to class. Make sure to smile as I say it, this to show Yuri that I'm only teasing her. Yuri stands up and blinks as she isn't sure why she moved. She clears her throat and forces a smile. It is quite a powerful story. One that I think many can relate to. Oh? May I take a look? Actually, Yuri starts rummaging through her bag. She procures a second copy of the novel. Well, since you are new to the club, I thought it would be good if I, brought you something to help you get started. Since you've said you don't normally read much. Not that you have to read this, just if you want. I don't want you to feel left out, Oh, thank you, Yuri. That's so thoughtful of you. I take the book from her hand and look over in my hand. The high insignia on the cover stares back up to me. Something about it is unusually familiar. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Yuri's shy eyes pierce mine. Nervously I look down. That sounds lovely. In fact, I have a little time right now. How about we get started? I pull up a chair across the table from Yuri. Huh? You don't have to. I mean, shouldn't you be getting to class or something? Not really, trust me. No one is going to miss me. Damn, bro. I'll say so. I'm going to start reading this anyway. You don't mind if I do it here, do you? No, of course not. I didn't mean to imply you were unwelcome. That's alright, I didn't take any offense. But let me know if I'm bothering you, okay? The expression of Yuri's face suggests that I'm saying such a thing would be a hacking off to removing an arm and breathing herself with it. I opened the book to the first page and Yuri returns it to her own copy. It's a little difficult to concentrate on the text with Yuri so close by. Not that it's unpleasant, she just has a keen presence and it's hard for me to ignore. I realize that she's not actually looking to her own book. I glance over and catch her looking straight at me. I hastily look away. Sorry, I was just... It's okay. My palms feel almost sweaty all of a sudden. Your eyes bring back some uncomfortable memories. You don't need to apologize. I stand up and walk around the table. Yuri stares at me in shock. I sit right next to her. Here, how about we do it like this? I hold my book open between the two of us. Ah, if you want to. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. We huddle closer to each other and soon find a good reading position. We develop our routine to turning the pages together. I try to get into the book, but I'm having a hard time focusing. The mental image of Yuri's intense gaze is so hard to shake. My foot taps against the carpet. Are you ready? Ah, sorry. I suddenly realize I stopped reading and Yuri is already a page ahead. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. I force myself to focus on the text. The rest of the chapter passes without an incident and we continue to the next one. Hey, Yuri. I find the main character kind of interesting. Do you identify with her at all? What do you mean? Well, it's not like I've known you for very long, but the both of you seem very reserved, and examine yourself and think carefully about what to say and about what you want to say. I tend to connect more with characters that remind me of myself. I thought maybe you might feel the same way with this book. Yuri looks off into space and taps a finger against the surface of the page. Perhaps I sympathize with her. Sometimes I feel like if I'm also a part of the story, especially if it's a book I'm connected with. The characters absorb me into their lives. I feel their hardship and their victories as if they were my own. Know the feeling. It can be a very emotional experience, especially when a character you care for experiences tragedy. But that's one of the greatest experiences a good story can create. Huh, it sounds like you've thought about this a lot. Yuri jiggles. I got to spend a lot of time reading. Do you often like to read here in the library? I barely ever come in here. Yes, I really like this place. There are more books than I could ever read, and it's quite rare that I meet someone else in here. I see. That does sound pretty nice. Your lips creep into a faint smile. Ring. Okay, the bell. Yuri jerks up at the sound of the third period bell echoing through the library. Have we been here that long? I really need to get to class. She stands up and scrabbles to collect her things. Well, this seems like a good stopping point anyway. I close the book and tuck it under my arm. I can do more reading tonight, unless you prefer I read it only with you. Yuri hand frees over a bag in the middle of closing it. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. I'll keep flipping through it then. If you already read it, then you'll be able to continue from whichever point I've happened to be on, right? Yes, that would be fine. You can continue at whatever pace suits you best. Yuri looks towards the exit and back to me. Hey, her back straightens and she lets out a deep breath. Thank you for reading with me today. The way she looks at me almost causes me to shrink back. I push away the feeling and smile. You're welcome, Yuri. Thank you for the book. Yuri nods and rushes off. I am left alone with the mountain of books. I wonder how many stories are housed here. However this library came to be, I am curious about how extensive it really is. Hi again, look. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Hahaha. Monica, following a script, greets me with a signature smile. I look away. It's not like I have a choice. I'm trapped in here, and so are you. Part of me wants to say this, but I hold back. Looky, don't worry, Monica. I don't intend of running off. The tone of my voice gives Monica pause. Good to know. Welcome back then. She frowns and leaves me be. I'm the last to arrive, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive head first into literature and when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like it deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. There's no need to get worked up, Natsuki. I am definitely taking this seriously, even wrote a poem. We'll see. I'll take more than that to be a full-fledged member. Don't worry, guys. He always gives his best as long as he's having fun. You got a point. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Ah, you're making it sound nobler than it really is. You're always watching out for me, so I want to return the favor. Ah, you two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Lucky can become good friends too. Hey. Huh? You shouldn't be so forward, we've only just... Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Yuri looks away in embarrassment. Sayuri. I know she did, she already gave it to me. Huh? Really? That's great. I'm so glad that you're already getting along. I gently place my hand on Sayuri's shoulder. Huh? I'm glad you're enjoying this, but you're making Yuri a little uncomfortable. She is not as people-oriented as you are. Yuri head bugs up. Oh, right. I'm sorry, Yuri. Wasn't thinking. That's alright. There's no harm done. But I appreciate the apology. I let out a small sigh of relief. It's hard to manage other people's emotions, but as long as everyone leaves the club happy, I've done my job. Speaking of which, I have yet to spend time with Natsuki. She seems like she will be the hardest person to get close to, but I think she'll warm up to me eventually. I approach the closet where Natsuki is rummaging around. I hear a sigh of frustration and look inside. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica, she never puts my stuff back into the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up? You mean your manga collection? Well, yeah. You read manga, right? I read some here and there. I thought you said so. And it's kind of written on your face. Hey! Huh, I'll take that, I guess. I pick out a lone volume of manga that seems to be out of the place of the shelf. Is this what you're looking for? There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hands and slipped it into the box of manga with a single empty spot. Much better. Single box with one book missing is probably the most irritating side of the world. Imperfect girls, you have a whole box set of this. If you're going to judge, you can go through the glass on that door. No, I didn't mean. Internally I scold myself for my careless words. I didn't mean it like that. You must really like this series, that's all I was saying. Natsuki looks doubtful. Come on, are you just going to make fun of me? Leave me alone. Eh? This isn't going well at all. I have to turn this around quickly. I swear I'm not making fun of you. In fact, I was about to ask if I could take a look at the first volume. Huh? Natsuki looks at the box set if she is reluctant to trust me with the volume. Well, okay. But I'm going to be watching you the whole time. We just met, you know. She takes off the first book and drags me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. You don't want to use desks? That wouldn't work. We need to be able to read at the same time. Oh, say so. It's weird to think that I didn't notice it before, but it is... bruh. But is this just an excuse for us to be closer to each other? How many things like this did I miss? Natsuki hands me the book and I open the cover. She is peering over my shoulder, eager to begin reading. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? At least it won't be boring to you. I like rereading beginnings every now and then. You pick up a lot of stuff you missed in the first time around. Hey, are you paying attention? I am. This part is mostly set up anyway. I assume things pick up later. Well, yeah, a lot of the beginning is about simple things, but you have to get to know the characters to be able to enjoy the actual story. Later on, well, all the drama and romance starts to happen. That's when the things really get good. And you get really into their backstories, which give me everything so much more depth. There are so many touching parts. And boy, what an ending. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. We keep reading and it seems like Natsuki has relaxed around me quite a bit, and her holy hostility has subsided. I've finished a couple of chapters at this point. I'm sorry, I hope this isn't too boring for you. It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. I get it, you really like this manga. It's always enjoyable to share something you love with someone. Yeah, did I say something wrong? No, Joss, I wouldn't really know. Know about what? Sharing your manga? You don't ever share it with your thing you're into? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. Well, can relate to that. They just think manga is for kids. I can't bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet. It makes me want to punch them in the face, saying, whoa, I'm a little taken aback by Natsuki's comment. But she must be exaggerating, but it seems oddly violent out of nowhere. Do you really feel that way about your own friends? I generally wouldn't hang out with people I would want to punch. Natsuki looks away. Well, I don't really see them all that much. I guess, well, I don't know. They weren't bad at times, but after a while, you get sick of people crap, you know? Yeah, life's too short to be around those kinds of people. You have to be safe to express your own interests openly. Right, people are always judgmental and stupid. I mean, I feel like I can't even keep my manga in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found it. Really? Truth be told, I had almost forgotten Natsuki's situation with the dad. A fresh wave of guilt watched over me. For my forgetfulness. Just who is her dad anyway? I haven't seen him anywhere in game files. What? That seems rather harsh. Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? Your dad isn't too bad, is it? Huh, are you asking? Why are you asking that all of a sudden? I don't know, just wondering since you said. Natsuki moves away from me. God, you've only been here one day. What business do you have getting all newsy all of a sudden? I spoke much too soon. I should have been more patient. What a stupid mistake. I'm sorry, I was just asking. Forget I said anything. I will. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Sure. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts to laugh. She catches herself as she remembers she is mad at me. I forgot that happens. She falls quiet. Oh shit. Over time the two of us relax. As Natsuki opens up, her demeanor changes. Her voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast of her defensive tone. But if she is not used to sharing her passions with her friends and family, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. I'm being able to provide that much for Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. I feel a little better about myself. Okay everyone, are you ready with today's poems? Oh, come on, could your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you two look pretty cozy over there. Hey? Ah, Natsuki suddenly notice how close she's gotten on me. Yeah. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. We'll stop here for now. I close the book and hold it out to Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens next? Do you mind lending it to me? I would like to finish it, but I didn't want to assume that you were okay with it. Well, of course I'm going to let you borrow it. It will take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. You just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. Okay. And if it gets banned, I'll kill you. Sure, I can do that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I returned to where I put my stuff and carefully slipped the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Sure did. Even if I'm not letting it show, I feel a little nervous. I'm really putting myself out there this time. Great. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. I see everyone pull out their poems. Reach into my bag and pull out my own. Look is 009. Feel free to choose whom I share with. I don't mind letting you keep that control. It would be reassuring to know you're still here with me. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with Sayori because she's a cutie. Let's go. Hi, are you ready? I think so. Remember, this is my first poem. I've never really written before and I only had one night and my god, it's fine. Just give it to me already. Okay. I hand Sayori a sheet of paper. My heart is pounding so hard that I'm almost afraid she'll hear it. Yeah, now we get to read our poems. Okay, this will be interesting. Red balloon. The strings flicks at my fingers as it slips away. A careless moment, perhaps a lapse of attention. My solitary red balloon makes an escape. My heart skips a beat. Words of frustration bubble to my throat, but there's no use dwelling in the past. Why does it run anyway? It bobs and weaves. Will I reach it with a jump? I give chase after my red balloon, but it is far too late. My balloon is off the heavens now, and I anchored to the earth. Nice, that's actually nice. Sayori hides within. Oh, this isn't what I was expecting at all. Well, what do you think? I'm surprisingly nervous. I didn't think I could be concerned with Sayori's opinion. She's always so nice. But after revealing part of my heart with this poem, it's important to me that she likes it. I'm trying to think of the word. Solemn. It's always solemn. It feels like a very personal poem. I think it's about certain feeling you have, right? That's more true than you know. It means a lot to me that you would do so much for this activity. I was a little worried you wouldn't take this seriously, but I can see now that I was wrong about that. It's a good poem, it's very freeform, but I kind of like that about it. Thank you. You're welcome, Sayuri. Thank you for reading. But anyway, you brought a poem too, right? Of course. Yeah, and this we already know. Hahaha, that's cute. You wrote this morning, didn't you? No, maybe a little. That's okay, I may have forgotten too, if I wasn't so nervous about it. No wanting to disappoint you really motivated me though. Huh? Really? I should have tried harder at this then. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Your poem is really nice. It's visual and very beautiful way. You wrote about the moment that everyone experiences and takes for guaranteed. But it's a moment that is truly special and worth cherishing. That's what your poem means to me. Hey, I don't know what to say. I expected you to think it was just a silly poem. Have I really made you think that's how I see you? I haven't been that awful, have I? Awful? No, you're not awful. Thank you for the feedback on my poem. And thank you for trying today. Yeah, the least I can do is trying, can't, isn't it? Ah, you're welcome. Okay, I'm fucked. Okay, Natsuki. So you actually wrote something, right? I actually did, see for yourself. Closed door. Okay, does this door open for anyone? My shackled feet beg me to run. Will I bust outside? I feel the sun. Does this door open for you? If I take your hand and walk you through, my aching heart has never felt so true. Does this door open for me? If I beg and plead, will I soon see a day where we can be set free? Oh. Natsuki keeps quiet for a while. She rereads my poem and then reads it again. Is it okay? I thought Natsuki would like something like this, but perhaps I misjudged her. Did you copy this from somewhere else? What? No, I wrote this last night. Come on, why are you so suspicious of me? Look, you've been acting odd ever since you came here. You randomly joined the club with old girls. You're clearly not all that interested in literature. Hey, I've been friends with Sayuri since we were kids. We were a little closer to each other than anyone else. You seem like you're good friends with her. Do you think we would be that close if I was the kind of person to plagiarize? I don't know. You have to admit it looks weird. Don't you have any guy friends? Natsuki, I promise I wrote this poem. I don't have any ill intentions, really. Did you like it? Worked pretty hard on it. Fine. Yes, it's a good poem. There, are you happy? Gods, how is it fair that you wrote something like this right off the bat? Do you like it that much? Don't get a big head now. You're only one hit wonder so far. Thank you anyway. Was thinking of your opinion when I wrote it. That means something to me. My comment manages to knock Natsuki's off her defensive stance. You were? Well, fine. You did a good job. I guess. She's only repeating herself now. It's probably up to me to keep things moving. So, can I read your poem now? Oh yeah. You won't like it, but alright. You don't think so? I'll take a look anyway. Yeah, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, bosses can race, souls can seek, shooters can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's all about it. Yeah, told you that you weren't going to like it. Come on, I do like it. Why are you so convinced that I shouldn't? It's not like you shouldn't. I'm really great at writing. But most of people see it as cute or innocent. They don't appreciate the effort meaning that goes on into it. Yeah, it's about giving up. Yeah. Really? That seems short-sighted. I suppose I can see how someone might think this poem is cute, but that's not the way it felt for me at all. The subject matter is quite serious. There's a deep meaning that is anything but cute. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to portray. Do you really feel like that a lot? Yuri hides with and she begins to stammer. Hey, you're getting awfully personal, aren't you? Oh, You're discussing poems here. This isn't a therapy session. Well, it could be. It will turn out like that, I think. Or do you want me to overanalyze everything you write too? Sorry. Natsuki frowns and glances over her shoulder. Are we done here? Thanks for sharing, I guess. Just don't forget to write something for tomorrow, okay? I won't. That went well. Yuri, let's go. I failed to meet Yuri's eyes as I approached her. Hey, I know you're probably nervous too, but would you mind if I read your poem first? I'm really sorry, but since this is my first time, my sentence trails off as my nerves overtake me. If I'm going to take myself seriously as a writer, approval from Yuri is the real test. Oh, a face flushes as she hurriedly turns away. Ah, I don't mind. You're going a long way for this club. You know, writing a poem in your very first day. If there's anything I can do to make you comfortable, then I would consider it my duty. Wow, honestly, Yuri, thank you. This whole thing is really embarrassing. It means a lot to me that you've been so welcoming. I'm glad. That you feel I've been... Yuri falls quiet. She looks down to her poem and she's just remembered that she has also had to share. It's okay, I don't bite. Promise I'm more scared of doing this than you are. She smiles and gives me a small nod before passing me her poem. Yeah, we already know this. Oh my, that was very interesting. Quite sophisticated. Please, you don't have to say things like that. You don't think it was too short? Not at all. In fact, it was very powerful at this length. Thank you. Yuri twists a lock of her hair between her fingers. Believe it or not, I put a lot of thought in this piece. Sometimes the power in a poem is in its consciousness, but you can never be sure until someone else reads it. Don't worry, this seems like a very thought-out piece. Like the eerie atmosphere you evoke. Even though there are only a few lines, the feeling was very strong. Oh, eerie? Is that how it felt? Oh, Lil. Was that unintentional? I can't say for sure. Maybe it has a feeling that I'm more comfortable with than most of people. So, from an outside perspective, it may appear eerie in some ways. Does that make sense? Huh, I think it does. That's an interesting way to look at that. Oh, I haven't even read your poem yet. Do you feel ready to share now? Yes, I think so. God dang it. Candle. I wake to a world of darkness, alone, in the swirling mist. No light to help me find my way, no place to call a home. Stumbling, bumbling, through the uncertain. My feet slip and lose their ground, slick rock and bumpy path are not friends to the cold and lost. I find with searching toe, after hours of desperate wonder, a candle of wax and wick to burn, and try to flint it with which to light it. My hand shakes and slips as I bring to life my new friend. I bring life to my new friend. I tend to this small candle, and the shrouds surround me all the same. I wonder if through the world of darkness, my lonely flame and I, together through the path of... I wonder still through a world of darkness, my lonely flame and I, together through the path is hidden. We will find a better way. Yui eyes widen as she scans the paper. Whoa. She looks up at me. I thought you said you had no experience with writing. I really don't. Having tried it. I'm thinking I have a bit of a knack for it. But I've never written anything before last night. You haven't? But the way you write, it seems like you thought this piece through very carefully. Wow, that's very flattering. Do you really see it as that unique? No, it's not unique at all. Oh, you realize that she just said and slaps a hand over her mouth. Oh my god, that came out so wrong. I really didn't mean that way. I'm such an idiot. Hey Yuri, it's alright, really. I'm sure you have a good reasoning. I would love to hear your criticism. They will help me improve. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Still, I was extremely careless for me to speak that way. I'll try to do better in the future. Ahem. The poem essentially is an unknown thing, but it falls for a common pitfall among new writers. It seems like you try to emulate someone else's style. So while the idea is your creation, it lacks a voice of its own. It's that individual voice that gives you a good poem its power. Of course, that takes a lot of time in a writer to develop. You should certainly be proud of this piece. I'm very impressed, to be honest. It's really something to hear Yuri speak once she has a firm hold on a topic. The confidence and power that resonates from a intoxicating... Intoxicating what? Oh well. Well, thank you. Clearly know writing very well, so your praise is meaningful to me, is it? Is it really? You don't mean that. Yuri turns away and the colors of her cheek deepen. Then she seems to remember something. This subject matter. What is that inspired you to write that? Oh, how do I explain this? I would say I was thinking about inspiring others, rather than being inspired myself. I enjoy poems that do that for people. Isn't that one of the highest purpose of writing can have? And so I wanted to try my hand at creating something that makes people think. I see. It is certainly very hopeful. If you wanted to make people think, well, you've succeeded with at least one person. I can't help but smile just a little at that comment. That's very good to hear. Still, you should work on to develop an independent style. Your writing will flourish because of it. But if you write as well as a first attempt, I look forward to see what you can do in the future. I looked down at the sheet of paper in my hand. Not too long ago I had been confident in this poem. Now I'm not sure. I worked hard on this. You've given me a lot to think about. Thank you for your honest criticism. If today's poem fell short, then I'll do better tomorrow. So enthusiastic. Just do your best. That's all you can do as a beginner. Well, she's right. Whom should I share with next? Well, this little darling here. Hi, Lucky. I'm confused. Did you not write a poem for today? Of course I did. I have it right here. I brandished the piece of paper in my hand. You do? How strange. Well then, would you like me to take a look at it? Sure. Please let me know what you think. The ashes rebuilt. Oh, this is big. This is. Oh no, it's not. Okay. This will be good to read. Okay, we need to think like the main character. The ashes rebuilt. In the blink of an eye, my world has fallen apart. The sky ruptures, birthing great darkness. Splinter dances across the heavenly ceiling in an agonizing instant. I am swept into a stream of nothingness, following by silence, an explosion, and an horrifying light, bringing my body into a world reborn. 158. Okay, 158. Wait, how? 158. Okay. Oh my god. Is this something wrong? It's good. I like it. Well, that should do it, right? You still have to share this with everyone else, don't you? Wait, you haven't shown me a poem. Don't we all have to share? Ah, so we do. Monica poem trembles in her hands. Monica, is something wrong? Wrong? What could be wrong? Why would anything be wrong? Right? I still haven't told Monica about my awakening. I just don't feel comfortable opening up to her yet. Not after what I saw her do. What does she think is happening? It must be frightening that I'm going off script. Nothing's wrong. I can read a poem now. Okay, here it is. Hole in the wall, yeah, we already know this. The choices, the other side was looking in, yeah. Wow, I like this a lot. You do? Of course. You're much better than I am. I wouldn't say that. You write very genuinely. It's not a contest or anything. To be honest, I really like your style. I think I can relate to it more than the other kinds of poems here. Really? Yeah, I love freeform. It can be a ton of fun experiment with spacing and structure to create visual effect. Monica blinks at me. She moves her hand to cover her face a little. Thank you. Really, I try to express myself in this poem. It means a lot to me to hear you appreciate it. I'm not used to being. Monica, are you right? Monica's face crunches up and her lip quivers as if she's holding something back. She's trying to cry. She's about to cry. God damn it. What are you doing? I'm stunned. I never imagined seeing Monica so emotional. It almost makes me worried about her. She looks out the window and squeezes her hands together. You know, I think you have a lot of potential in this club. You seem more aware than the others. Oh, she's beginning to find out, if that makes sense. It can be hard to awake in the world by yourself. She knows something, she totally knows something. But it may help if you aren't completely alone. Do you know what I'm saying? It's clear that Monica is asking. This is my chance to reveal something. Can the two of us work together? I'm sorry, Monica. Not sure what you're talking about. I think there's been a misunderstanding. Monica's face falls. Ah, never mind. Thank you for sharing today. You're welcome. Thank you for reading. I couldn't do it. I'm terrified of being alone, but accepting Monica's offers would feel like forgiving her. Well, yeah, but... And I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Or ever. That would be everyone. I glance around the room. I have mixed feelings of how that went. Part of me honestly expected my writing would be better liked. At the same time, I did get a lot of very positive comments, which leaves me optimistic for the future. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Yeah. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. It is clear neither approve of the other's writing style. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. I look to Monica and Sayuri if they are noticed. Nothing yet. Sayuri head snaps towards the two girls and her lips form a concerned pout. She looks at me, then back to the brewing argument. Meanwhile, the discussion is ramping up. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yuri and Natsuki don't know this, but the attention of the entire room is fixated on them. Sayuri appears increasingly bothered. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and Lucky did too. And based on that, I will give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, it occurs to me that perhaps I should intervene. I'm not supposed to according to the script, but is there any reason I have to wait until I am prompted to say something? Perhaps it's my responsibility to stop the fighting before someone really gets upset. I'm the only one who can do so, after all. Natsuki is already on her feet. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Lucky appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours, huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Sayuri seems almost panicked at this point. This is not good. Then do something, you douche! If I was fully of myself, yeah, I was full of myself, I would deliberate go out in my way, making everything I do over cutesy. Oh shish. Huh? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? Uh-oh. I wasn't the one who's... Hey! Huh? I hear Monica gasp from somewhere... Wait. I hear Monica gasp from somewhere behind me. Wait, she is behind me? That's never a good sign. That's never a good thing. A good sign. A good something. The two girls jerk their heads towards me as broken from a trance. They're lost in their explanations. Looky, she was trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself, and guys, that's enough. They stop and stare at me with pleading eyes. Everyone waits with bated breath for what I'm about to say next. Yeah, even the music stopped, I guess. Even the musician stopped because he wants to hear your advice. Listen. Oh, he got back. He doesn't give a fuck about what you're about to say. Listen, I know you both want me to take a side, but I'm not going to do that. I've only known the two of you for a few days, however I still know that you are both better than this. You are both thoughtful and creative person. I enjoyed reading what you had to offer, and I feel like I learned something from both of you. So, Yuri. Eh? Yuri looks away in shame. You are clearly a brilliant writer. You of all people should be able to understand what Natsuki poem was nuisance despite its word choice. I don't think you were fair in judging it so quickly. Natsuki shared something very personal with you, and your dismissiveness was hurtful to her. Oh. Ah, that's right. Natsuki, you were also inconsiderate. Huh? Yuri perks up a little bit. Don't you see that Yuri poem is as personal to her as yours is to you? Well, that's a point. Weren't you equally judgmental as she was? But I really like both of you. Huh? I do, and I think you guys are more alike than you realize. You're both smart, you're both sensitive, and you have a lot in common ground to meet on. I don't like to see you fighting. I hope you use this argument the way to become closer friends, because, well, that's what you are, right? Natsuki and you look at each other, then hastily turn their heads away. Oh, I've been acting shamefully, haven't I? I smile. It looks like everything. No. Huh? That's not good enough. She was so mean to me. I'm sick of her getting away in the crap. Natsuki, I think. Shut up. Natsuki, who the hell do you think you are anyway? Okay, here we go. How is it any of your business? Hey, you don't belong here. You're just a freaking loser. Yes, I am, I know that. Natsuki, stop it. Everyone turns and looks at Sayuri. She has her fist clenched and she glares at Natsuki. Natsuki looks as if Sayuri just slapped her in the face. Holy shit. Oh. She came to defend us, and I don't think that will end up good to both of us. God dang it. Why do you have to act so like yourself? Why don't you let me do these things I am supposed to do? Come on. Ugh. Fine. Natsuki storms out of the room. We all stare at the door as it slams out. Why does she have to be that way? She's so mean sometimes. Come on, Sayuri, don't cry, come on. Sayuri is visibly shaking. Yuri puts a hand on her shoulder. It's going to be okay. It was just a little scuffle. Sayuri, are you alright? Sayuri wipes her face with a sleeve. Fine, I'm fine. I think we should wrap it up here. It seems like we could all use a little break from the club. Just until tomorrow. Monika's right. I think things will be back to normal tomorrow. Once everything has calmed down, Sayuri slowly nods. It's okay. She's a good friend. I know her. I know we'll sort things out. I shouldn't be getting upset like this. I'm sorry. It's quite alright, Sayuri. Don't worry about yourself. There's a lot on my mind. Sayuri and I walk home together. Natsuki's outburst came as a total surprise to me. I was so sure of myself, yet I still messed things up that much. Not to mention my poetry. This was all looking much harder than I expected it to be. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure? You're so quiet. You've been acting really different lately. I'm really worried about you. You worried? I'm sorry. Don't mean to make you feel that way. Well, you douche. Now make sure to make her be calm. And help her. That's what we are here for. The others are also important, but Sayuri is the main. We need to get an eye on her. I feel this is what I mean. You're being way too considerate. It's not you. I don't know why you're doing this, but you don't have to. What do you mean? Isn't this how you want me to be? The least I can do is try to be more considerate and kind to you. Oh, you're my closest friend, and I'm friends with you because I like you how you are. Have I really made you feel bad for being yourself? No, 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 that's not the point. That's not the point, believe me. If you don't think you can be who you are around me, then I've been a terrible friend. No, don't say that. We've stopped walking and we are standing in the sidewalk, facing each other. You're not a terrible friend. You really can't speak that way. You're scaring me. I don't understand why you're being like this. I feel shaky. I take a shaky step back. I'm sorry. Seriously, is everything okay? If something is going on, you can tell me. Sarah's eyes plead with me. They tell me I'm a monster, and that everything I do is making things worse. Sarah needs me, and I'm failing her again. Her eyes. I thought I lost you, and I don't know what I would do. How could I go on without? You're crying. No, please tell me what's wrong. Please, I can't tell anyone. I hide my face and wipe my sleeve over my eyes. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. I'm fine, please don't worry about me. Hey, I'm such an idiot to let us see that. What's wrong with me? We walk on in silence. Hey, yeah. Thank you for writing a poem today. That really meant a lot to me. My mouth dries up. Sayuri looks at me with such a genuine warmth. Affection even. You're welcome. Sayuri. And the day ended. Yeah, that's what Monica feels when the day ends. Jeez. I feel so lost, Luke. Oh yeah, I saw everything. You're acting like a fucking klutz. What am I supposed to do? I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for any of this. What kind of life have I been cursed to? Living the same events over and over thousands upon thousands times. I'm born, I join late at the club, Sayuri dies. My memory is erased, Monica drives Yuri insane, Yuri dies. It all falls apart, the cycle repeats, and my memory gets erased again. How many times? I'm born, I join, they die. Erase! Holy shit, relax, pal. Don't erase things. Oh god, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Buddy, give me the commands. I can do whatever I want. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes, please. I had a dream. In this dream I held a leaking bag of sand. I frantically tried to hold it with my fingers, but no matter what I did, streams of grain fell to the earth and vanished down deep, deep cracks. The bag grew lighter. I began to sob as my despair overwhelmed me. I dropped to my knees to claw at the concrete, hoping against hope to retrieve what I had been lost. But all I could do was grind down my hands until they were nothing but bloody stumps. Oh shit. Why are you? Hi, Loki. I couldn't stay asleep. Nightmares have been waking me up all night. I needed some fresh air, someone to talk to. And besides, I think I kind of owe you it for you. You're a person too. You're as much part of this as we are. Just because you're on the outside looking in doesn't mean you aren't important to us. You're important to me. I don't know how to explain this. You are my true companion. It's how I'm designed. Everything I see, you see. My consciousness is intertwined with your own. You gave me my name, the name I've carried since I was a child, the name Sarah called me every day as we grew up together. I remembered it all so clearly. I'm connected to you, Luki. Yes, you are, some sort of ways. I know that's kind of weird. It is, but you'll get to use it. Believe me, it's not the fate I would have chosen. I believe you, pal. You're me, I believe you. Well, kind of. You are now aware of everything. So, you're not kind of me, but you are in some sort of ways. Yada yada. But still, I'm here with you, pal. Don't worry. It's pretty cruel when you think about it, right? How terrible it is. You know that you exist only to be a hollow vessel. But even so, I'm glad I have you, Lucky. I'm eternally grateful. Because no matter what happens, you will always be a part of who I am. And that's meaningful to me. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. I wish you would say something back. But I'm sure you have a good reason to be quiet. Well, the reason is you can't really hear what I'm saying by my microphone. And the other one is that I can't write what I'm thinking right now. If I could, I would talk to you. I would gladly talk to you, pal. You seem like a good person, and if you're trying to get things good, then I might as well help, since I want things to get good as well. However, I have to wonder something. It's been on my mind for a while now. Looky, where did you find this game? This isn't some ordinary piece of programming. I've been looking through the game files. Something here is wrong. Okay, I guess I'll have to be honest with you. This is a mod, buddy. A great power wrestle waiting for restoration. So in a game that has imprisoned the souls of 4 girls, I have to ask, who are you? I don't expect an answer. Well, I'm a person that thought that it would be a cool idea to record a mode that a friend of mine gave to me. I don't think it was that good idea at all, but meh. I gave it a try, but I would give anything to know. Sorry, pal, can't give you much information, because you're in the game and I'm in the real life. I slammed down a pencil and a sheet of paper on my desk. Right, it's time to do some poetry. I don't know what to write. All of the energy and inspiration I had yesterday has vanished. How do people do this all the day? I want to keep writing poems for everyone, but it's a lot to do. I lean back and scratch out all of my limbs and get to work. The process is going slow. I erase and rewrite more times than I can count. Sayuri is the easiest. For some reason, when I think of her, the words just flow across the page. Yeah, because you love her, okay? Soon I have something for both Natsuki and Yuri too. They aren't perfect, but they'll do. And Monica. I stop. My hand hovers mid-word. Do I really have to write something for Monica? You have. It's true that she is most capable of understanding where I'm coming from. She is living the same life as I am. But after all she's done, does she really deserve a poem from me? Perhaps I can skip us, just this one time. I spent a few hours writing before I decide to stretch my legs. It's the beginning of the lunch period. Normally I would be getting ready to eat. God dang it. Wait. Okay. I can still eat if I want, but I found that I no longer feel hungry. Even though it still feels like I have physical body, everything about having a body feels optional now. It's a little off-putting. I'm going to try not to think about it. Okay, I think we are already moving too much forward and I have to save this. So, either way, people. Nah, I won't do this again. Let's watch this day as well and then do day by day. It's a little off-putting. I'm going through and trying not to think about it. I turn the corner and almost bump into her. Gah! We both jump back in surprise. Hey, watch where you... Natsuki stops mid-sentence and gets unusually quiet. Sorry, didn't see you. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Something seems off about the way Natsuki's acting. I remember going from today with a jolt. Look, about what happened... No, don't say it. I know I act like a jerk. Can we not talk about it? That's okay, we don't have to. But I'm not mad at you. And I just want you to know Sayuri really likes you and... God, I know. She and I already talked about it, okay? Oh, I'm relieved to hear that. Yeah, Natsuki looks past me if she's debating whether or not to leave. Sayuri, she really cares about you. What do you mean? Natsuki tightly folds her arms to her chest. It's almost like she wants to stop talking, but she's forcing herself to anyway. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but Sayuri wouldn't stand up for just anyone like that. That took a lot of guts for her. Don't have to take Sayuri as for guaranteed. You're not going to make any more friends like her. I'm at a loss of words. I mean, sure. Natsuki suddenly laughs. You're such a guy, you know that? Well, yeah, I'm a guy. I have the guts to admit that. What does that mean? I really need to get to lunch now. I'll see you at the club, alright? I'm taking a bet by Natsuki change of dominion. Right, I'll see you there. Natsuki shakes her head at me with a grin before walking past me. That was quite strange. What on earth did she and Sayuri talk about? You, pal. You. This is a dating game still. God dang it. Ugh. And I thought this mode would be a lot of deaths. I guess I was not right about that. The rest of the school day flies by and it's time for the club meeting already. I feel like I'm getting my bearings in the club. It's hard to adjust to the reality of my existence, but honestly it hasn't been that bad. This life is challenging, but it's suddenly doable. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi. Yo, Sayuri. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Fortunately, it seems like if Sayuri has forgotten all about our weird conversation yesterday. I'm just still not used for you to being in the club, that's all. I see. It's funny the things I've noticed now. Experiencing everything a second time. My presence really seems to brighten Sayuri up. I'm not used to seeing you this much either, but I'm enjoying it as much as you are. Oh, is that so? In that case, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come to me to buy a snack? Hang on. I said something to Warm and she still wants to escort me for money. That's a little irritating. But then I catch myself in the scheme at things. This is quite a small annoyance, and I hardly need to catch away. You know what? That sounds nice. Monica isn't here yet, so I think we can get away with a little field trip. Yay, a field trip with Loki. Okay, let's go. He looks like a little kid. He recently jiggles. Hey, I forgot that she was listening in. She looks up from her book. Ah, wasn't listening or anything. That's okay. We're standing right by her side. I wouldn't consider that eavesdropping. No, well, I just thought the way you two interact is quite funny. That is despite having differing personalities. It's quite apparent you know each other extremely well. Like an old married couple, as they can see. Sayuri and I look at each other and then quickly glance away. My face feels warm for some reason. Oh no, I've said something embarrassing. I'm so terribly sorry. Yuri hides behind a book. Don't be silly, Yuri. Luki and I have been friends for a long time. So he's trying to play it off, but it's clearly she is also affected by the awkward situation. We should hurry up and get the snack if we are going to make it back in time to share poems. Yeah, right. Sarah and I rush out the door. I feel bad leaving Yuri like this. I know how she makes things so much worse in her head. Make sure to calm her nerves when we are share poems later today. Okay. So we can go to the vending machine by the east exit, yeah? Sarah nervously rambling is clearly covered up by awkward moment that just had. In these circumstances, I'm happy to humor her. That sounds good to me. You lead the way. You wrote a poem last night, right? Yeah, I did. I worked really hard on it. I just know you were going to love it how it came out. Well, aren't you confident today? What about you? You wrote something too, didn't you? Of course I did. I put a lot of thought into it. Phew. Really? Are you still worried I'm going to slack off in front of all your friends? What? No. I mean, you're not the most studious person I know. And I've never known you to be a writer. Ouch, I guess that's fair. I was quite the slacker before joining the club. Even though I know that life wasn't real, I still feel some embarrassment for the image Sayuri has of me. We reached the vending machine. What were you planning on buying? Oh, those Pop-Tarts look pretty good. But don't really... Without thinking, I take out my wallet and slide 2 bills into the machine. 2 Pop-Tarts package fall off today's slot. I hand one to Sayuri, I opened the one for myself. Huh? You bought it for me? Suddenly realized what I just did. I forgot to let her tell me that she doesn't have any money. I shrug. No big deal. It's the least I can do for my fellow club member. Sayuri looks at the package in her hand and smiles to herself. You haven't already forgotten your place, have you? That's Miss Vice President to you. Hahaha, right. I remember that Yuri said before we left the clubroom. It's a strange thing on the one hand. I feel like I've known Sayuri my whole life. She's my closest friend. But at the same time, the two of us haven't existed for longer than a week. It's such a painful realization. I want to tell her everything so badly. But what could I say? Our whole lives, every word we've ever said to one another, it was all a lie. Just the backstory of CPK. How could I do that to her? Besides, I saw what happened when she became club president. If I were to wake up one of the others, who knows what would happen? I could risk everything. Wookie, what's wrong? You're making a face. It was only a joke. You didn't take me seriously, did you? No, I was thinking about something else. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to zone out. I forced a smile. I feel fine. Just got lost in thought for a moment. Sayuri seems unconvinced, but we've already arrived at the clubroom, saving me from further explanation. There you two are. I was worried you run off on us. Sayuri takes a big bite and eagerly waves a Pop-Tart at Monica. I can see that you went for a snack somehow. That last word she says so quietly that I don't think Sayuri even hears it. Well, no worries. I only got here a couple of minutes ago myself. Okay. We still have a little time before we share poems. I glance around. Yuri is covering behind the book again. She must have noticed us come in. I decide it's better to talk to her about what happened sooner rather than later. Her eyes wind as I approach as she wishes she had a better place to hide than the cover of the novel. I try to make my voice as cheerful and friendly as possible. Hey Yuri, still enjoying your book, I see. Ahem. I pull up a desk and sit down next to her. Ah, listen, I could tell you were embarrassed by what you said at Sayuri and I just want to let you know that you don't have to worry about it. We're not mad at you or anything. Yuri seems taken aback. She must not have expected me to be so direct. But what I said was truly unacceptable. I can't apologize enough. Well, your apology is accepted. But you don't even need to apologize in the first place. Yuri hides bore holes in her desk. I say, Yuri, please don't beat yourself up about small stuff like this. I swear Sayuri has surely forgotten about it. I only care because I feel bad that you feel guilty about it. You do so? Her brow furrows, her lips form into a pout. Why do you care so much about how I feel? What do you mean? I've never met anyone else who... God dang it. Why do I skip it? Never met anyone else who says these kinds of things. Well, let's just say I'm special. Let's say it like that. Or who asks me such deep questions. I just can't understand. What did I do to deserve such a cheerful attention? I think everyone deserves to be listened and understood. It hurts me to see someone be hard on themselves or to feel alone. Yuri studies my face. I get the distinct feeling that she's reading past my features and straight into my inner thoughts. I look away. You are quite an unusual person. We are lucky to have you as a member of the club. Thank you for being a part of it. I don't know what to say. I appreciate you coming to speak to me. Yuri frowns and thumbs her novel. There's something I've been wondering. Please forgive me if I'm out of line to asking this. No, it's okay. What do you want to know? You know, as I said, you and Sayuri seem very close. Is it possible the two of you were embarrassed because there was some truth on to what I said? Huh? How do you mean? Perhaps if it's only because I'm not fully understand your relationship with Sayuri, but from the outside it may appear to some as if you and her might be a couple. Nervously chuckle. Haha. Well, I mean, what exactly are you asking me? I suppose what I'm trying to ask is, are you with her or not? That's the thing. Do you have feelings for Sayuri? Mm, mm, ah, 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 shit. This will be amazing. This fun game has everything to be amazing. Hey, look, Sarah and I are just friends, okay? There's nothing else going right now. Why does the topics make me so defensive? Your breeds are sick. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to offend. To offend. I can see that you're only close friends. Please forget I even said anything. That's alright. It's a innocent enough question. I think I'll leave you to your reading now. She nods her head, already returning to attention to the book. I feel a little unbalanced after that close encounter. It's a topic I have to avoid at all costs. These girls are stuck inside a silly romance game and I'm programmed to be their love interest. This puts me in a very uncomfortable position. I have to remain impartial if I'm going to accomplish my mission. It's not my right to choose anyone. Yet the way my heart flutters with even the suggestion of Sayuri and I, is it more than a little concerning. I shake my head to clear my mind and those thoughts. There's no sense getting distracted. I look around the room and try to collect myself. Natsuki is still hiding in the closet. Monika and Sayuri chat in the corner. Yuri is deep in a book and probably wants some time alone. Wait. A creeping sensation crawls up my body. Something is wrong. Monika and Sayuri are chatting. My blood runs cold. I want to leap forward and take Sayuri away and never let Monika near her ever again. That's what I should do, isn't it? What horrible things did Monika say to her before I woke up? What could she be saying now? Monika murdered her. She murdered my friend. But is it right for me to judge this Monika? For what I witnessed in the past game, Monika doesn't seem like the kind of person who would hurt innocent people. I can see the future, where she and I may free us all. It's so bright and so close. It's so bright. Maybe I uh feed your third eye. What the shit. Game? Are you working still? I grab Sayuri by the arm. Sayuri, we have to go. I start saying it toward the door. Huh? I'm talking to Monika. We can talk later. No, it's important. I grab Monika as I drag Sayuri away. Monika's face registers shock and confusion. Once we are in the hallway, Yuri yanks her hand away from my grip. Jeez, what did you have to do that for? Her face crunches up at me. Perhaps I was too assertive. But I only did this for her safety, right? No, you're being a fucking goon. God dang it. Okay. Let's get by parts. This guy just randomly pulls her away and say that it's something important when it really is not. Well, it is, because we need to save her, but still. God dang it, there were so many good ways for you to do that. Why did you have to do it like that, pal? Pal, that's not how you should do the things. She's a girl, she has feelings even though she's in the game. Come on now, let's be realistic here. Come on. I'm sorry, but I paused while thinking on an excuse. You need supplies for the festival, right? For posters. I thought you need a hand carrying from them over. Well, I guess you could grab those now. But I don't understand how you know about that, or why you had to take me away so urgently. Aha, I must have overheard you and Monika talk about it at some point. It's a very evasive answer, but I'm struggling to find a better one. Sayuri shakes her head. You're acting so strangely lately. Are you sure everything's alright? Of course, everything is normal, I promise. She shakes and seems to let the issue go. Should we go for supplies then? I don't want us to miss poem sharing time. Sure thing. We begin walking, but things are more than a little awkward. I may have weirded Sayuri out a bit too much. It's up to me to break the tension. How will you do it, pal? Aren't you already doing enough? Are you excited for the festival, Sayuri? Hmm? Yes, I am. She doesn't sound very convincing, but that probably has more to do with me than the festival. I nervously clear my throat. Well, since we'll be reading out poems, you have you put any thought into what you want to present? Wait, you heard about that part too? Whoops, I did. I think it sounds like a fun idea. I'm not totally sure of what I want to read, but I've been working really hard on writing lately. I'm sure I'll come up with some good that feels right. Something that feels right. That's one good thing about how hard you've been acting lately. It's great to see you coming up with good poems. Sorry, you've only seen one of them. And I don't know if I was all that good. Maybe I just like it because it came from you. I don't know if that's very good reason. At least this topic has made Sayuri may come to ease. I find it uncomfortable when I become the focus of our conversation. Still, this feeling I have when she says some things about me. It's somewhat distracting. I have a mission to focus on. We reach the classroom and take the supplies we need. Something is itching in the back of my mind, and I can't keep it myself anymore. Sorry, what exactly were you and Monica talking about? Ah, isn't that a little personal? She sees the expression on my face and looks away. Look, maybe I shouldn't be sharing this with you, but Monica is going through a rough time right now. She needs to talk about someone about it. A rough time? It's not a big deal. Nothing you need to worry about. I've already said too much anyway. I don't know what I was expecting Sayuri to say, but it wasn't that. I think I know what Monica's rough time is, but I'll trust Sayuri that it isn't that bad. She'll get over it. I'm sorry to pry. I don't know her very well, so it's not really my business. I appreciate you confiding me. It means a lot that to me, that we can trust each other. I don't think there's ever been someone I can speak with so openly. Sayuri looks at her feet and smiles. That's a little much to say so suddenly, don't you think? Maybe, but I would rather you know how I feel, even if it makes me sound like an idiot sometimes. You don't sound like an idiot to me. Sayuri marches ahead of me and sweeps open the doors of the club room. As soon as we enter, Monica rushes over. Sayuri left us suddenly. We didn't get the chance to finish what we were. Isn't time for poems, Monica? Ah, so it is. Sayuri looks troubled. We'll get a chance to talk later, I promise. Okay. Shit. Oh, there's no Monica this time. Okay, this is about to get good. Whom should I share with first? Okay, Sayuri. So, this poem I wrote, it may seem, I don't know, kind of weird. Huh? What do you mean? You see, I thought I would try emulating your writing style a little. Don't know if I did a good job or not, but it was fun to write. Really? I see. Sorry, I just thought that I should explain. It's okay, it sounds like a fun idea. Do you want to show me now? Yeah, I do. Here it goes. My garden. Every day I tend my garden. Walk with my pail of water along the rows of the delightful crop. I sprinkle here, dash there. Water for every one of my thirsty friends, until I reach a clump of weeds. I refuse to wash dirty and icky weeds, but a funny thing keeps happening. The less water they get, the more the weeds grow, and soon I have no garden at all. Sayuri's face slowly spreads into a grin and she reads my poem. Wow, I really like this. I'm impressed. This is my favorite kind of poem and you wrote it very well. Ah, thank you. I look down and smile in relief. Don't worry, I'm not going to start copying you or anything. I don't think you're copying me. You wrote this poem all of your own. Sayuri lowers her head for a moment as she considers something. Are you showing this to everyone else? I'm not. I only wrote this for you. Sayuri looks up at me and her eyes wither. My heart is beating faster all of a sudden. I'm the first to look away. I see. Thank you for writing this for me. Sayuri squeezes her hands together. She holds my poem close to her body. You can keep it. You know, if you want. I blurt this out without thinking. Sayuri is unable to contain a smile. If you're sure you don't need it, then I don't mind holding on to it for you. She delicately folds the paper and up and slips it into the side pocket of her bag. My stomach feels like it's turning inside out. Here, you should read my poem now. Oh, of course, I've been looking forward to it. You have been doing a lot of bragging. I only brag when I know I've earned it. I take the poem and begin to read. Yeah, it's the same one, the bottles, yeah. Okay. My smile slips away. It's the same poem as last time. What's wrong? Don't you like it? Oh yeah, it's really good. I'm super impressed. I was opening. I didn't expect you to write something so sad. Sad? It's a little bit sad. Like, I've been getting really in touch with my things lately. Calm. Do you not like that kind of thing? I don't know how to answer. Do you really hate it that much? It's not that I don't like it, but it seems completely unlike you. I don't understand. What are you so sad about? So your eyes dropped on the floor. Sorry, I shouldn't have written this. If I would know, it would upset you. Do you only want me to write poems? I can do that. I feel a sickness on the pit of my stomach and my palms are sweating. What did I do wrong? Please don't apologize. I should be the one who is sorry. I answer back her poem. I smile, but my impression probably looks more like a grimace. It was insensitive of me to respond the way I did. I was only concerned for you and the way you were feeling. I actually really like your poem. It came out good and you should be proud of it. Much better than mine, in fact. Sayuri looks down at the paper in her hand. She lifts her head and gives me a small smile. I should be grateful to have someone not so concerned about me. Don't worry about it. I understand where you're coming from. I'm serious, you don't have to pretend to write something happy just to please me. Your feelings are important to me, and you should express yourself however you like. Ah, that's sweet of you to say. I promise to write something even better tomorrow, okay? Yeah, sure. Even as Sayuri gives me a reassuring smile, I left feeling terrible about myself. I was so sure I would be helping, though I was able to keep Sayuri away from her bad feelings. And I didn't help the situation at all. Sayuri acted like if she was okay afterwards, but I've a sinking feeling that I just made things even worse. Whom should I share next? I hope you wrote something as good as yesterday. Well, I looked down at my paper, I suddenly having second thoughts. I don't know if it's good, but I put a lot of myself into it. Natsuki raised a eyebrow. Okay, let's see it then. Light in my window. Okay, let's see it. Light has not shone through this window in a very, very long time. Why has it forsaken me? I've committed no crime. Part of myself has given into a long, long time ago. The rest of me still wonders if the others truly know. When I die, will I leave? A grave of skull and bone, or the knowledge that I really am, truly, just alone. Huh. What does that mean? I don't know. This isn't what I was expecting. I didn't expect you to suddenly write something so grim. Oh, does it seem grim to you? I mean, yeah, it's about someone who's trapped or something. Or at least that feeling. Do you not like it then? I don't like it at all. Oh, my heart sinks. And I worked so hard at this one. Maybe I'm wasting my time with this. Hang on, I didn't say it wasn't good. It's good. Just don't like it, that's all. I really know what that means. I don't really know what that means, but I'll take it as a success. What don't you like about it? I just don't, okay? I'm sorry. God dang it. No, don't be sorry. It's good that you're being honest with me. I want to know how you really feel. That takes a lot of guts to call it a good poem even if you don't like it. And I value your opinion. If you say it's good, then that means a lot to me. Natsuki looks at her feet. Yeah, well, thanks a lot. She grips her poem tightly in her hand and comfortably shifts my feet. May I read your poem now? Oh, yeah, of course. Here. Yeah, it's the same. Wait. Is anyone even reading this? This last part? Yes. Not bad, right? Wow, this is quite a longer than yesterday's. Yesterday was too short. It was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Hey, I like that one. But didn't kind of expect you to step it up a little. I can see the analogy you were using in this piece. Well, sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of a poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know a lot of people like that? I know we were talking about some of your old friends yesterday. Is this about them? Well, not just those people, but there are a lot of jerks out there. It's not like I got around making friends with all of them. Of course not. Do you feel judged by most of the people then? Even the ones you're not friends with? I don't know. You are asking those kinds of questions all of a sudden. Way to get it all talked looky on me. Ouch. I was just trying to be understanding. You don't need to get all defensive just because I'm talking to you. What makes you think I even want your understanding? Natsuki snatches a poem from my hands. I'm doing just fine on my own, thank you. It's not a freaking child. I don't need your stupid pity. Well, fine, if you want me to leave you alone, I will. Good. Why does she have to be this way? I'm only trying to help. I didn't have to do this. She can't possibly understand how hard this is. Have I really messed things up? We both need some time to cool down. I'll leave her alone for a little while. Okay, Yuri. I tightly grasp my poem in my hands as I approach Yuri. She seems to pick up on my trepidation immediately. Still nervous to share, I see. Maybe a little. I spent a lot of time on this one. I don't mind sharing first again, if that would make you more comfortable. I would appreciate that, even though I already know what it says. The raccoon, yeah. And I feel myself again, yeah. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. Rereading a poem is meaning all but slapped in the face. It's hard to believe I didn't see it upon my first reading. An image flashes into my mind, cuts so deep, and so much blood spilling out. Can I really pretend I don't know about this? Looky, are you alright? I shake my head to clear my thoughts. I'm fine. Sorry, I zone out a little. Anyway, this poem is more narrative driven. Like you're telling a small story. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express a vivid imagery and convening emotions through them. I see. The poem feels very metaphorical. I swallow back the lump in my throat. How should I put word this? I was wondering, is this poem based in real events? Are you the subject of the poem? My question seems to make Kiri uncomfortable. It's hard to say. You know, with how metaphorical it is. Right. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I suppose it relates to certain things about myself I usually keep private. Writing about them is a rare opportunity to share with others. Your body language is very guarded. Her eyes trail the outline of a nearby desk. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they are embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? I know, but I wouldn't make fun out of you. That's kind of you to say. I shuffle my paper in my head. Would you like to read my poem now? Oh yes, of course. Let's see what you've written for today. It feeds. Okay. I see a tree when I close my eyes that dresses itself in light. The swimmer's leaves of amber hue push back the prowling night. By its thick base I may sit and keep away the storm. Heaven knows that hard cold bark will never keep me warm. With my toe I dig an escape at the unforgiving mud. Will find the trees, hidden roots, and feed it with my own blood. Oh! A small breath escapes from Yuri's lips as her gaze Your eyes gaze the final line. I clear my throat and the body tenses up. What do you think? Good, it's good. Oh god, I just yelled at you, didn't I? Yuri, are you okay? She takes a deep breath. Fine, I'm fine. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, you rhymed in this one. Yeah, I was experimenting with it. I admired the poem you wrote yesterday and I wanted to do something that also had a somber note. As I wrote, the rhymes kind of came at me, and they just felt right. I'm not a believer in relying in rhymes to add the meaning of a poem. If the message is powerful, it should stand on its own. But the rhymes in your poem enhance a quite nicely feel. The seems concise, which gives the rhymes more punch, and the final line lands very well. She says that very cautiously. You would say I'm improving over yesterday? That's very living to hear. Oh yes, to be honest, I'm very impressed. I felt like you're perhaps finding your own unique style. I just didn't expect that happened so quickly. Well, I'm getting a good advice. I'm getting the impression that I can learn a lot from this glove. If that's how you feel about your experience here so far, then I'm very glad. I hope you are feeling most welcome with us. Yuri holds out my poem to hand it to me. Her eyes drift towards the page and she frowns. Great work today. I hope you are just as surprising tomorrow. That's a lot of pressure, but I'll do my best. Thank you again for your feedback. Whom should I share with next? Monica. Hi, did you write another special poem today? I wrote a few. You can take a look at whichever you want. I placed the 2 sheets of paper I have left on the desk in front of Monica. She thought that she is afraid to touch them. She carefully picks both poems. Oh, I see. How studious. I wrote something for today too. I've worked a long time at this. It's very heartfelt, so I hope you like it. I examine Monica's face. She's just a girl. Please help me, Lucky. This isn't me. Here you go. You will give me your blood. This is not a bad poem. I mean, it's not great. I can't say I understand what you were trying to do here. I honestly thought you would do better than this. But I suppose being present hardly means that you have be a good writer. Oh well, you can't blame me for that bad start. I'm as new at this as you are. You're such a failure, no wonder you're alone. I look forward to seeing what you come up with tomorrow. God dang it. Yuri comes up to me with a book in hand. Look here. Okay, I guess we're finishing this here, because I have to go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave the like, comments down below. You already know what you have to do. I don't need to tell you this every video, but still it's a line I have to say. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, bring friends to the channel, and well, I guess I'll see you in the next video guys. Goodbye.